Welcome to Marketecture, where you can get smart fast with in-depth interviews of leading technology vendors. I'm Mike Shields, and I'm here with Jackie Paulino. She's the Chief Product Officer at Pixability. Hey, Jackie, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I want to get into the basics of your company, who you guys, and how long you've been around, what your financial situation is, but let's just start from the top with what does your company do?
Sure. Pixability is a software insights company. We've built a platform that helps brands and their agencies buy better ads on YouTube and CTV. And we do that by making sure all of our ads are brand safe, brand suitable, and that we take performance into account and make sure ads are going to perform how brands would expect them to.
So in terms of how brands or agencies use you today, is there an analogy that can make, like in the display space, for example? This will vary by client and history, but they'll often go out and do their own media buying and planning, but then they'll have an integral ad science or some company double checking to make sure they ran the right places, they stayed away from hate speech, and they stayed away from really bad stuff. Is your relationship in the buying process similar, or is it a little bit different because it's YouTube?
It's a little bit different. Everything on YouTube and Connect TV seems to be a little bit different than the display or other parts of the web, but it's similar. So one way to work with us is we'll give you a list of YouTube channels. Here's what we have deemed the best channels for you to run.
So that is planning. That is not like in mid-buy, you're helping them figure out what to do first.
Exactly, yeah. In the planning, you kind of give us your suitability, content alignment, also your KPIs. What do you actually want out of this campaign? And we'll curate that list of channels that we think will work best for you. But we do much more than that, too. That's one piece of the puzzle from a planning perspective. We'll also tell you from a planning perspective who your audience is. You might come to us and say, I want to reach beauty mavens or someone who's going to go to a quick serve restaurant. And oftentimes brands and agencies say, okay, well, we think that those are young men who watch gaming content. And again, because of our insights background, we're able to say, yeah, it is young men who watch gaming videos, but they're also watching XYZ, this other types of content. And we actually suggest including that and targeting these types of personas and groups. So we can also help in that planning regard. We also do run a lot of campaigns. We've run, I think, more campaigns on YouTube than anyone other than Google themselves.
So we do the
run,
optimization. Like do you go out and actually do the buying?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. So and then in that case, you're not a DSP, correct? Because I believe you have to use YouTube's ad technology to do that.
You could think of us as kind of a YouTube DSP. It's one bucket to put us in. But you're right. There's only two ways really to programmatically buy YouTube, and that's through DV360 and through Google Ads. We sit on top of Google Ads. We've integrated our software on top of that. So logging into Pixability One, our platform, you can set up, plan your campaign, set up, and go live. And then it sets it up in Google Ads. But we've built our platform specifically for YouTube, building in all our historical data, as well as the best practices that we've seen over the last 13 years and what performs best. So Google Ads is built for search. It's built for YouTube. Second, it needs to be all things to all clients, including search. So we've purpose-built our buying tool just for performance and suitability and safety for YouTube.
I imagine, are there advertisers or agencies who are pretty well versed in YouTube and hey, we know how to buy that stuff. We know what kind of content we're looking for. We just want to make sure that you keep us out of trouble. Is that another kind of business opportunity for you?
It is, yeah. Our self-serve offering is great for that, where just keep us out of trouble. We will be that planning verification, and we'll just give you those list of channels that will perform best and stops there. And we're continually optimizing that list and sending that out. And that's definitely one way to work with us. But we also have an optimization engine and reporting and other kind of a full suite of products.
Can your technology, when a company is already let's say they're trying to target young men and they've got a plan, they've got a bunch of influencers, and then, someone in the network starts talking about QAnon or something that it might have been the right audience, but all of a sudden they don't want to be near that. Can your technology pick up on that mid-campaign, or is that something that you can only tell them about later?
That's absolutely something we can pick up on very quickly. And again, that's kind of a core reason to work with someone like us. We score every video on a channel. So we're scoring billions of YouTube videos, and we score them and we look at new videos uploaded hourly. So that is actually a real example that you use. Like We typically use this example of a beauty influencer who was only posting about makeup until January 6th, and then she started posting pro-insurrection videos. So very quickly, our technology will mark that as we use the GARM matrix. So that would be a sensitive, or terrorism, or however our technology graded that. And then that channel then becomes deemed unsafe and unsuitable, and it gets removed from our list, and we notify all our clients automatically with a push notification.
That sounds like a very complicated problem you're trying to do. There is, like, YouTube used to brag about how much content gets uploaded. They don't even talk about that anymore because it's so big and no human can keep track of it all. So what does your technology do? Is it computer vision? Is it metadata? Like, how are you able to see all this stuff and make sure it's safe or not?
So you're totally right. There is so much content uploaded to YouTube. It's very hard to keep track of. One thing that as a third party we have as positive is we can be much more strict with our guidelines than YouTube can. So YouTube has like a whole different problem that, again, they have to appease creators. They can't have too strict of rules because then people won't want to upload content. They'll go over to TikTok, all those kinds of things. So they have kind of a mixed problem where we can be really strict. We only care about advertisers and agencies. And we have a little bit of leeway there where we can come up with our own rules using these strict industry guidelines and then add on to that. And then we solve the problem using machine learning technology. We have had humans look at hundreds of thousands and millions of videos, and we've trained machine learning models to do that at scale. So You're right that no human can keep up with it. And again, we're always improving our models, and we are adding new models as new trends come up and different things. But that's really where we've invested as a company. We've always been really heavy in data science and innovation there.
Thanks for listening. To hear the complete interview, subscribe at marketecture.tv.